Big day today. It's new bike day. Please excuse the mess in my garage. We just got this thing dropped off from Harley this morning. I know somebody's probably going to say, well, why didn't you ride it home? Because I paid a lot of money and delivery was included. So why wouldn't I? But anyway, we're heading out. First ride of the year. First ride on the new bike. Let's go for a ride. I'm going to do my best to talk a little bit about the bike here, but it's windy as hell here today, so I have no idea what the audio is going to turn out. So if this ends up clipping into my garage, that's why. I always say every bike comes with a different smile, and it's this one, and it comes with a smile. Harley has sold the experience, the feeling of riding their bike so well over the years, and I totally get it just after the first ride. The sound, the feeling, like you put a helmet and put a leg over one of these things, you automatically feel like some sort of badass. Whether you are or not inside your helmet, you absolutely are. A couple notes on the bike. It's much more comfy than I thought it would be. I knew just from sitting on it, it was going to be comfortable for me. Didn't expect it to feel as comfy as it does. Torque. Did not see that coming. This is my first experience on any sort of cruiser or Harley Davidson, period. That engine, the 117, the Milwaukee 8, super torquey. Didn't see that coming. That's going to take some getting used to. Totally different riding style. Coming from a couple of adventure bikes, I'm not used to having the forward controls. That's going to take some getting used to. I don't mind it as much as I thought I would, though, which is a good thing. But am I ever excited to put some miles on this thing on the highway this summer? As far as upgrades for the bike goes, I've got some plans, of course. Not too much for this year. Probably going to look into like a tour pack, some maybe a little backrest, some stuff just to make it comfy for road trips, because we've got a couple of big ones planned this year. So I'm going to just set it up for that for this year, and that's going to be it for this riding season. As we get into winter, God forbid I talk about that again. As we get into winter, I will look into probably stage 1 or stage 2 kit. Probably do that in pipes on both mine and my wife's Harley. Can definitely see the appeal for the loud pipes. I'll apologize to my neighbors in advance. Not really. We'll probably eventually do some floorboards, shifters, levers, mirrors, just some little accents, some touch points just to make the bike mine. It's one of the best parts, in my opinion, about motorcycles is customizing it, making it yours, making it a little different, and not being just a black Harley, which is beautiful in my opinion, but I want to personalize it a little bit. Also, this is not a review video. There's plenty of those on YouTube. This is just my initial thoughts on the bike. But I also want to talk for a second about this helmet. This is the Simpson Ghost carbon fiber helmet. You do not know that you have this thing on your head. It is insanely lightweight, DOT to ECE rated. It's got the little visor that you can flip down for the sun. And initial impressions, very good. But that's enough about the bike and the gear for now. Let's get back to riding. Now that we got the first ride out of the way, I thought I'd share some closing thoughts, first impressions on my new 2025 Road Glide. And just ignore the mess in the garage, please. First thing I noticed, handling. Obviously, coming off of adventure bikes, handling is not even going to be close to the same. There's definitely more front end input as you go through a corner. Took a few corners for me to get used to that and kind of just let the front end do its thing. One of the reasons I went with the Road Glide instead of the Street Glide was to have less front end input. I feel like on the Street Glide there would be more, where your fairing is actually mounted on your steering, whereas on the Road Glide it's actually just hard mounted. Your steering's independent, but there's still some input from the front end on a corner for sure. Second thing, and I know I said it already, is torque. I did not expect this bike to be as punchy in like the first, second, and third gear as it is. If you look at the horsepower and torque numbers, like the GS outperforms it, but very impressed power-wise. Tons of get up and go. This thing will cruise as fast as you want on any highway as long as you want. No problem. Comfort. Didn't expect the bike to be as comfortable as it is. Ergonomically for me, 6'2", 6'3", fits me very well. I did have to get the tall seat from Harley, but that combined with the 10-inch bars that do already come on the bike stock, I'm in a very comfortable position. Probably look into a little backrest for some long kilometer days. I did about 100 kilometers or 60 miles today. No issues. Seat is comfortable, back is comfortable. But for a big long day in the saddle, I feel like a little backrest would probably be something that I'll look into. Also, that sound. Still only got a stock exhaust on it, but when you're dropping gears coming into an intersection or a set of traffic lights, there's a feeling that comes with a Harley Davidson, and I've heard that before, and I absolutely get it. Every bike definitely comes with a different smile, and this one definitely has a smile all its own. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. I know it was more of me riding than talking, but first impressions on my 2025 Road Glide. I'm looking forward to getting some modifications done to this, set it up for some set it up for some longer trips and more touring, because that is definitely my plan with this one, and I am excited to get out and do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.